Hey, so what am I gonna say? Hey, so I went out and I touched grass recently. I know, quite rare. And while touching grass, I managed to find very bizarre places such as convenience shops and supermarkets. And I thought I'd give my opinions on them because my opinion matters the most, and well, compared to other people, it's not really a competition. So, we're going to be doing a tier list. Yes, wow, look at this. Going to admit, haven't seen some of these, but that's okay. I'm just gonna guess based on the kind of vibe that I get from them. So, we'll jump in with something fairly regular. Aldi. Now, my opinions on Aldi are interesting. I think they're decent. I think they're okay. They're a good standing point. They're a solid B. Gotta say, solid B, because they're cheap. Some of the quality is like a bit lower, but it's cheaper. It's easier, and it's better than some other things. Okay, B&M. Now B&M, I have a bit of a problem with. Gonna be honest. I mean, it's fine. It's similar to Aldi. But there's more stuff there. Unfortunately, a lot of the stuff is pretty useless. So I'm gonna pop that in C, simply for couldn't care less. Asda. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Asda, so I'm gonna put it in D for
These nuts.
for D's nuts. Simply, I'm just not a huge fan of it. Gonna be honest. Budgeons, can't say I've heard of it. Not the most famous one. It's either a Waitrose or it's an Asda, and I don't know. That's a tough one. I'm gonna put it in C. It feels like a C to me. It's gonna say B for Budgeons, but that would be far too obvious. Co-op. They used to be green, right? They used to be lime green, and everyone was happy. And it was the lime green and the light blue combo, horrible combination, but that was co-op. And then recently, they changed. They changed to black and light blue, and I'm like, co-op, you're trying to be someone you're not. You are the corner shop of the UK. You've got Morrison's, One Stop, those kinds of people, they can be corner shops, but co-op is the king of that, and for that you get quite high. Well done, co-op. You've changed your brand to something I don't like, and therefore you're getting a B. I'm sorry, but we're not getting off to a good start, are we? Okay. Cost Cutter? That just sounds like Poundland, but a discount version of Poundland. Many of these are, it seems, Poundland, Pound Stretcher, Pound World. I'm gonna pound all of these guys straight into D tier. You're just not necessary. Like, you just aren't. Now, farm foods. As frozen foods go, they're okay. I wouldn't shop there lots, and it's not like you can just go in there and buy something. It's not better than B&M by any means, as useless as it is, but it's going about here. Now this next one, I genuinely hadn't heard of. I'm gonna be honest. It's tricky, you know. It's tricky to put so many things in the bottom tiers. I've just got to. I just can't. It seems like you'd see. It's the kind of convenience shop that you would always see that's closed. You never see like an open one of these. It's down in D. You know what? Actually, on second thought, Asda, you can go there. There's a lot of rubbish here, and you're certainly not the bottom. We're going to skip over a few here. We're going to go to M&S. Now M&S it's nice. It's nice. It's the PS4 and PS5 of shops. Sure, they don't have everything. Sure, they don't stock millions of items because the PS5 has no games. But they do have exclusives until other people get a hold of them, like Spider-Man PS4 and Collin the Caterpillar. If you know, you know. So M&S, it's not S, but it is A. Well done, M&S. First A of the board. Smashing good store. Heron Foods. Heron, weak animal, like one of the worst. It doesn't even look cool. It's just like a worse crane. You know birds, right? Heron versus crane. Herons are so much worse than cranes. Cranes are much better. I'm sorry, Heron Foods, but you're bottom of the bin. Now Iceland, not as rubbish as some of these guys, but I've got my gripes with Iceland. They're a bit hit or miss. Some things are good, some things are bad. They did a partnership with Greggs recently, which, it's okay. The actual food isn't that great from the Greggs line, but Greggs in itself is good and is a fantastic partnership. It's just if Iceland was a bit better, you could do well. And so for that, you go in a B. Lidl. Now Lidl, I personally think Aldi is a bit better than Lidl. Although, let's be honest, they are basically the same. I don't care. They have different prices. They have different whatever. It's not as good as Aldi. They are basically the same though. So for that, it goes right next to it because they are the same. Morrison's. Ooh, I feel like I'm going to get stabbed in Morrison's. You know, cutting off Morrison sponsorships. I know it's harsh, but goodness me, it's fair. Morrison's, D, Morrison's, D for don't. Enough said. Nissa, not bad, not bad. They're a bit of like a, oh, I'll just go into the shop, I don't know what it's called, but nothing to complain too much about. Bottom of B, now the one stop. The one stop is good. It's good. It's very good. The one-stop shop is you go in there, you don't find what you need, and then you go to Tesco or Waitrose or Amazon or wherever. But when you do find that one thing that you are looking for, goodness me, it feels good. It feels very good. Bread and milk is what they often have. That's it. That's all that's in there. And that's reliable. It's a roll of the dice, if you will. And I'll be damned if I wouldn't like a good bit of chance. So A for absolutely not going to get what you need, but it's still pretty decent. Now, Poundland. Poundland's actually pretty decent. I'm okay with Poundland. Poundland is nice. You go B. Solid B. It's good. It's cheap. Most of the stuff in there is own brands and knockoffs, but we don't care because it's better than Aldi and Lidl because it's filled with complete rubbish as opposed to regular grocery foods. Now, Pound Stretcher, on the other hand, I have never heard of this. I presume it's like Poundland, but discount, and Poundland is already discount, so it's discount of a discount. Overall, rubbish. Going straight to the bottom of D for, I don't know, what begins with D? Pound World. Now, it's a bit like Pound Stretcher, but at least this one sounds funny. It sounds even closer to Poundland than Pound Stretcher. And simply because that I think that concept is funny, that goes at the top of D. Now, Premier, I have problems with Premier. I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan. I don't really have anything to back it up. It's something about the purple, it's throwing me off. Go C for this one, I think. No, Waitrose is fantastic. Top of S tier. And I'll explain why. It's excellent. It's excellent. The tier maker does not want me to put Waitrose at the top. There we go. Now, Waitrose, it's the top. I'm sorry, but it is. It is. Tesco's would have been top. I will admit that. It would have been the top of the top, the best of the best, the super of super tiers. But club cards have gone to their head. The power, the money, and the glory. They're not used to it. They're not used to this high elevation, whereas Waitrose, oh, they've been charging extortionate prices ever since the day they were begotten to us, and so they know how to handle excellence, much like myself. And they have fantastic bakery sections, and just generally, you go into Waitrose and you feel like you're part of the elite. You feel like you are the 1%, even if you aren't, and you're just going in there for a biscuit or something. It's excellent. Now, I had too much footage, and I reviewed too many things, and I spoke about them too much, because I don't know when to stop talking, so I'm quickly gonna show this on the screen. Well, that's what the finished table looks like. Wow. I didn't like Sainsbury's because I didn't feel safe in it. You go into a Sainsbury's, you'll know what I mean. And, yeah, hope you enjoyed watching. See ya.